November 14th, 2025, 6:51 p.m., Lauderdale Lakes, Florida. A Tesla's exterior camera is recording everything, the argument, the escalation, and then gunshots. 21-year-old Maurice Harrison, known to hundreds of thousands online as Girla Lala, slumps in the passenger seat of a Chevrolet Malibu. Her boyfriend, 25-year-old Shanoid White Jr., stands outside the vehicle. The firearm is still at the scene, but here's what makes this case so devastating. Maurice had been telling everyone for months that this was coming. She posted about the physical fights. She showed her followers the bruises on her face. She even recorded videos explaining exactly how he hurt her. The warnings were there. The documentation was there. So why didn't anyone intervene? And what does it say about all of us that we watched her pain unfold in real time until it was too late? Hey everyone, today we're examining a case that's as recent as it is heartbreaking. One that forces us to confront some uncomfortable truths about domestic violence, social media, and the warning signs we choose to ignore. This is the story of Maurice Harrison, a young woman who built a platform doing what she loved, only to have that same platform document the abuse that would eventually take her life. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a case. And if you find value in what we do here, consider joining our channel membership. All right, let's get into it. Before Maurice Harrison became a headline, before she became a cautionary tale, before her name started trending on social media for all the wrong reasons, she was simply a 21-year-old woman from Pompano Beach, Florida, trying to build something meaningful with her life. Born on September 25, 2004, Maurice had found her calling in an industry where creativity meets transformation. Hair. Not just cutting it or styling it, but completely reimagining how people could present themselves to the world. She wasn't just a hairstylist, she was a wig influencer, someone who understood that for many people, especially in the Black and LGBTQ communities, hair isn't just an accessory, it's identity. It's confidence, it's armor, it's art. Maurice built her online presence under the name Girla Lala, sometimes shortened to just Lala. The name itself carried a certain energy, playful, confident, unapologetically feminine. Her TikTok account grew to over 235,000 followers. Her Instagram presence was split across two accounts, one with over 42,000 followers, another with 37,000. She also maintained a YouTube channel with around 4,000 subscribers. These weren't inflated numbers from viral gimmicks or controversy. Maurice earned her following the hard way, through consistency, creativity, and genuine connection with her audience. Her content was diverse, but always authentic. She created Get Ready With Me videos that felt less like watching a stranger and more like hanging out with a close friend. The camera would follow her through elaborate makeup routines, wig installations that transformed her entire look in minutes, outfit selections that showcased her evolving sense of style. She made reaction videos that captured her personality, quick-witted, funny, sometimes dramatic in the best possible way. She posted comedy skits that played on relatable experiences. She shared her professional work, showcasing clients before and after their transformations, building her reputation as a skilled hairstylist who could deliver results. But beyond the aesthetics and the follower counts, what really defined Maurice's online presence was her authenticity. She was openly transgender, living her truth in a world that doesn't always make space for people like her. She didn't perform her identity for clicks. She simply existed as herself, unapologetically, and that resonated with people. Young Black trans women saw representation. Aspiring hairstylists saw someone succeeding in the beauty industry. People struggling with their own identities saw someone who had figured out how to be comfortable in her own skin. Maurice was building something real, a career, a community, a life. And like many young people trying to navigate adulthood, she fell in love. His name was Shanoid White Jr., though court documents and media reports would spell it various ways: Shanoid White, Shanoid White. Online, some people knew him by different nicknames. He was 25 years old, born May 4th, 2000. Before he became known as Maurice's boyfriend, Shanoid had his own identity, his own story. He had played college football at Bethune-Cookman University as a defensive lineman. He lived at 4844 Northwest 24th Court in Lauderdale Lakes, Florida. From the outside, looking at Maurice's social media, they seemed happy. There were videos of them together going on dates, buying each other gifts, participating in those couple trends that constantly circulate on TikTok. They looked like two people building a life together. Multiple sources indicate they had been in a relationship for several years, somewhere between 3 and 7 years, depending on which account you read. They were that couple that other people saw and thought, relationship goals. But social media only shows what people want you to see. Behind those smiling videos, behind those public displays of affection, something else was happening. Something dark, something dangerous, something that Maurice would eventually try to warn everyone about. The relationship that looked so perfect in 15-second clips was actually a nightmare that Maurice was documenting in a very different way. She started posting videos that weren't about wigs or makeup or comedy. She started posting about abuse. This is where the story becomes particularly painful because Maurice didn't just experience intimate partner violence in silence. She documented it. She spoke about it. She showed it to hundreds of thousands of people. The warnings were there, public, visible, impossible to miss. And yet the tragedy still happened. Maurice posted videos discussing physical altercations with Shanoid, not vague references, specific descriptions of what he did to her. She showed her followers bruises on her face, visible injuries that couldn't be explained away as accidents or misunderstandings. She talked about how, during arguments, Shanoid would forcibly remove her wigs. For someone whose entire identity and livelihood revolved around hair, whose artistry was expressed through elaborate wig installation, since this wasn't just physically aggressive, it was a deliberate violation, a targeted attack on something central to who she was. She described incidents where he bit her. Let that detail sit for a moment. Biting someone during an argument isn't a loss of control. It's an act of aggression that crosses into something primal, something meant to hurt and humiliate. Maurice also shared a video that has circulated widely since her death, one where she talked about advice her mother had given her regarding domestic violence. In that video, Maurice said she wouldn't let anyone put their hands on her again. That word, again, tells you everything. This wasn't the first time. This wasn't a one-time incident that she was processing. This was a pattern, either with Shanoid or potentially in previous relationships that Maurice was trying to break. But here's where this case reveals something deeply troubling about how we collectively respond to abuse, especially when it's documented on social media. When Maurice posted these videos, how did people react? Some took her seriously, some expressed genuine concern, some probably reached out privately offering support or resources, but others, they laughed. They treated her pain like entertainment. They scrolled past her explanations of trauma like it was just another piece of content to consume between a cooking video and a puppy clip. They watched her show her bruises and they didn't intervene. They didn't report. They didn't take it seriously. The rapper JT from City Girls, whose real name is Jatavia Johnson, would later address this exact problem in a powerful Instagram post after Maurice's death. She wrote, "Stop laughing at domestic violence content. Sometimes we scroll and keep quiet about very serious things because the person who's telling the story delivers it funny. But nothing is funny about a domestic violence story." She was absolutely right. Just because someone can smile through their pain doesn't mean the pain isn't real. Just because someone can make a video about their abuse doesn't mean they're not in serious danger. The ability to articulate trauma doesn't make the trauma less severe. This reveals a disturbing truth about social media culture. We've become so desensitized to documented suffering that we treat it as content rather than crisis. We watch people's lives unfold in real time, including their abuse, and we do nothing. We don't call the police. We don't reach out to local domestic violence organizations. We don't even leave comments directing the person to